I did. I went and rolled it back, did a reverse, and the sound quality was not up to par. It don't have to be. I understand perfectly well, but I know that I like to provide a certain level of quality, and then you can hear me better, can't you? Let me know. All right. So we are discussing about body care products I dislike and what I do with them, and sharing with you all so you know what to do with it. Because out of all the products you hear a lot of talk about, I love this body wash. I love this body lotion. I love this. What happened when you buy a product or perfume or a lotion and you don't like it and you can't take it back? They don't have a return policy. What do you do with that? And a lot of times they don't have a return policy on those type of things, only because of hygienic reasons, and that make perfect sense. So today we're going to cover again what to do with body care products that you dislike. You want to reduce waste. You don't want to throw that good bottle of lotion or body wash or soap away. Perfume, especially if you didn't spend a coin. I'm going to show you what I do in hopes of that helping you get some ideas lodged in your brain. Maybe I should try that too. First one up here, Showtime. This is a body wash I picked up at Burlington or either TJ Maxx. And what got me was vanilla, sugar, and coffee. This is from the brand Botanical Infusion Australia. It's a body wash scrub. What are body wash scrubs, you ask? They are, it's a body wash with body scrub particles, which maybe cause it to be thick, which means it has a lot of it, or not as thick, kind of runny. See what I did there? Not as many scrub particles, but you could see they're brown specks, and you could tell they're the coffee portion of this. So when I got this, I was excited to try it. I had bought it last December, this past December 2022. And when I got into it, I remember the first time I used it. And I'm demonstrating this for a reason. There's just barely enough vanilla scent in it. You hear me? Just barely, like to mean barely. And maybe a hint of the coffee scent. You know, better to smell like it than to eat it, my dear, is my theory. So I got to showering with this, and the texture and consistency of it was already feeling weird, because look at how runny it is. It was like this when it was fuller. And I'm like, I don't like this already because it's runny. Already because it's runny. And it's runny. I don't like it. Now I made some bubbles with it. I bet if I shake this up, then it turns into this creamy goodness. But it's not. Let me explain. So I instantly didn't like it. Once I used it the first time in the shower, I might have used it maybe 3 times in the shower before I said, nah, this is not touching not another morsel, not another area or iota of my skin ever again. Because it smelled like, and I can't say these words, I can't say certain words on YouTube, so I'm gonna try to give you the PG version. Okay. It smells like a cat, but not doing the boo-boo, the other one. Yeah. Just scented vanilla and coffee scented cat when they go and do their business, but not the boo-boo. Yeah. Don't ask me how I came to that conclusion. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I understand the need for things to be sulfate free, and that's becoming, dare I say, a trend of sorts, where they're taking the sulfates out of stuff. They're taking the parabens. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I love that, because the less toxins that's in whatever you put on your skin to smell good, the better you're going to feel about getting in the shower using that soap in the first place. And and walking with a little shimmy going on about your day. But we got to get to a point where it don't smell like a cat using the bathroom and not the boo boo, because I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't. Respectfully, there's no shade to the brand or anything like that. I just, that's what I found my experience, and I smelled it like this coming out of the bottle long before it touched my skin, so it didn't have anything to do with my body chemistry. Like this straight out the bottle smell like that. I'm like, and I think I had smelled it in the store and maybe once or twice before I bought it, and I was thinking nothing of it because I've had body care products where, you know, you smell a certain way, or you just like, oh, I don't like them at first whiff, or maybe, you know, they don't get you right away and you think it's going to be a grower, it's going to grow on you. This did not grow on me. What do I use it for? What do you do with body washes that they ain't cutting it, they ain't make the cut? And that's okay. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, especially if you're a person like myself. You don't like smelling the same from one day to the next. That's fine. And if you do, that's still fine. I use this for my pedicures. Most recently, I used it in the vlog, my most recent vlog that came out. I use it to exfoliate my feet after I go ahead and take the polish off, file, and do my cuticle work and cut around the cuticles and stuff like that, and soak my feet and stuff. I exfoliate first. That's what I do. This is now just for my feet, for my pedicure. So if you have a body wash like this, not necessarily a body wash scrub per se, then you could just use this for your pedicures. Now after my pedicures, after I do the exfoliation part, we got to moisturize. So this is kind of dual and triple purpose. This is Bath and Body Works Into the Night. You heard me right. Bars. I haven't said that in so long. Picked this up from the semi-annual sale 2021, so it's been just shy of 2 years ago. Still in good shape, but only because I stored it really well. Here I just use this on a whim. I just go ahead and slap stuff together as far as layering. It's a nice scent. I liked it when I first got it, but then it wasn't all the way. What I tend to do with lotions I don't like, I either find another body lotion that's in a scent that I like and I layer it with it, or I just go ahead and use it as a travel thing. Heading out the door, I done used other stuff. Let me pull this out, and it's a good amount in there, probably about that much. Or either I use it as part of my moisture of my pedicure routine. Exfoliate first after I've done the filing and cutting cuticles and soaking, and then pack it, put lotion in there. Lotion on the feet, because you can't be walking around with crusty toes and crusty feet. Okay, can't do that at all, period. Next one here, I'm not going to talk about this one too much, only because I haven't had a chance to tell you all about it in greater detail. Crest came out with this, I think last year, jasmine and lavender oil to reset and unwind. Lavender is not for the faint of heart. It's I still can't think of that term even the first time I streamed this. But lavender mixed with jasmine, I thought it would be really nice, but it's still kind of intolerable for me. I would do, in this case, layer it with vanilla, honey, cookies. I would layer it with that type of thing. That's the only way I can stand it. Dr. Teal's is a perfect example of what I love in terms of what other notes they combine together with lavender. They got it right the first time. Dr. Teal's, they got it right the first time. That's no shade to Caress. I'm just saying, can we get lavender and vanilla? Can we get lavender and honey? Can we get, Victoria's Secret has honey lavender. Can we get more of that? I'm not saying it's bad, it's just my preference. Like, why don't we see more of scents in the category of lavender, where it's not everyone's cup of tea, and it's a force to be reckoned with. It came back to me. Thank God. Why can't we see more of scents like that, like watermelon? That's not a common scent. You need to layer that with maybe something with vanilla. That might work. You see what I'm saying? That might work. You just have to give it a try. Perfume oils. This one is from Sweet Essentials, not sponsored. This is Southern Maple and Peach. I'm a big peach fan when it comes to desserts. So I'm like, why not smell like it? Bath and Body Works has one, Pretty as a Peach. Last time I smelled that, and I know they've changed the formula. Really acidic, so I would definitely recommend. And this is just an honorable mention because I've yet to get that. Peaches and cream, so put a vanilla, cashmere, vanilla-esque type of scent. So for this perfume oil, it's alcohol free. I'm gonna tell you the best tip to do with perfume oils that you either get gifted to you or you blind buy them. I'm guilty of it. Blind buying perfume, blind buying stuff that I smell it. I'm like, ooh, this smells good, and you've been in the store. You could come home with it, and you finally get a chance to use it, maybe the same day or later. It's like, I don't like it. I don't. Perfume oils. I'm gonna tell you the best thing to do, regardless of if they come in this bottle spray or roller ball like this. And I put it in this one, black butter. That's what that is. I would use it as a hair perfume. So I had forgot about it. This had been sitting in a dark, cool, dry place. That's the best way to store perfume oils and perfumes with alcohol of a high concentration. And I sprayed it in my hair. Just the other day, I got a compliment for it because I sprayed this in here, I think, a little bit of it. But then I also put Midnight Poison in there from Christian Dior, but it was the perfume oil. I went to go run to this particular corner store when I was out and about the other day, literally the other day, and I had walked past somebody and they said, I don't know if that's your hair or perfume or what you put on your hair or moisturizer, but it smells good. You smell good. I'm like, thank you. I'm on the way to the store. On the way to the store just like that. I'm like, oh, well, I might want to keep this Southern Maple and Peach to myself. It's still a good amount in it. This much. And this is a 4-ounce container. Typical perfumes with alcohol in it of high concentration, they typically are just under 4 ounces. So you're getting a little, you're getting that 0.7 ounce more. And this, last time I checked, this was $16.99, $15.99 on Sweet Essentials site. And it's alcohol free, so it lasts longer. You don't have that burst of spray like the higher end alcohol based perfume. You spray it and it instantly dissolves. It's because of the alcohol. This, you're going to have to rub it in and let it absorb. So if you're wearing some good clothes or plan to wear some good clothes, put this on before you put on the clothes, else it's going to ruin it with the oil because it's not going to dissolve. It's not alcohol free. So use perfume oils and rollerball perfumes as hair perfumes. That's what you do. That's the best way to do it. Natural hair or either your protective styles. And if you're wearing, I'll give you an extra tip for that too. If they're alcohol free and you have a protective style like with braiding hair or synthetic hair tends to hold any scent. It's like a sponge. So you go to spraying perfume in there, alcohol free or alcohol, then that's gonna carry that scent. That's the reason why when I get my hair done, it's something protective and I have maybe just say braids or whatever. I don't even like frying nothing or being around nobody that done fried nothing. That don't mean I ain't finna have a taste of it, depending on what it is. Once in a blue moon, because we still trying to keep it healthy. You wonder why after you go around somebody will either fry chicken or fry whatever it is, and that scent stays in your hair. You got to be careful about that. Then you having to wash it over or braids, you can't. I'm like, man, just be careful about that. Cause I've seen it happen. I've had family members that used to work at fast food places, and they come home, their hair and everything smell like the restaurant. So just be careful, even at home if you're making it. But use your perfume oils as hair perfume. Roller balls, and I got all these gifted to me. I think there might have been one more. There's one named after a particular body part that I cannot say, but it's named after a particular body part. It smells like what your typical men scents smell like, but it has just enough of a sweet note to it where it can pass for like unisex. I would do vanilla and honey mainly, because alone I know I didn't like it. I'm like, I got to layer this with something. Anytime you catch anything that's like unisex like that, I would mostly layer it with something vanilla. That's it. That's all. Vanilla, because it's going to help balance that out, that unisex smell that kind of can pass a little bit for a man's scent, but then also it has a sweet note, so it can kind of pass for a woman's scent, and it'd be fine either way for a man or woman to wear. Then we have Burberry. This kind of smells like a perfume I have. I may still have it. I think I might have gotten rid of it. Burberry Touch, but I think it was a knockoff, and I bought it from eBay. So it kind of smells like Burberry Touch. Those scents tend to not be I'm just going to say it based off of the one I tried from Burberry. This smells like Burberry Touch, and I remember Burberry Touch being just light, airy, floral, not really gourmandish, just more floral and more of a sophisticated type of blend of notes. And so what would carry scents like that, which out of what I smelled on my first trip to Dillard's, sampling all those luxury perfumes, most of those smell similar to this Burberry Touch. Most, not all. I'll balance it off with something EOS Vanilla Honey Mist that I think it's behind me. Something in those two categories, more vanilla and bakery and sugar cookie, and just stick into those arenas, or either get a scent that is just solely floral, like mix this with just something solely jasmine, mix this with something that's like Caress Daily Silk, like that. Orange Blossom, just solely Orange Blossom. Otherwise you're going to confuse your senses or either give yourself a headache, which if I keep smelling this, then it's ain't got time for that. Here's another one that is a Kim Kardashian knockoff. And fun fact, I actually had this real perfume before. It was in a black and gold bottle, kind of round with a top, and it was round and circular, kind of similar to Mariah Carey's when she first came out with those notes of, the round bottles. If you're familiar, you know what I'm talking about. The round bottle and then the top that would go with it, like that, where all the bottles were round. Now you see all the square bottles of all sizes of stuff. And I had this perfume, and it had to be. It was definitely not 3.4 ounce. It was about this big, about this wide, 1.7 ounce, Kim Kardashian. And I sprayed it on me, and I'm like, I couldn't wait to get it off me. I couldn't get it off me quick enough, because the smell of it was just nauseating. It smelled like NyQuil. Don't ask me how I came to that conclusion. It smelled like NyQuil with a couple other, floral notes or whatever. Like this is definitely something that just, you have to like it. And in order to like it, I wouldn't suggest you blind buying this. I would suggest you sampling it and buying a sample, if they even have samples of this stuff anymore. Of course, it's not my favorite. When I saw the green, I think the original was green liquid, and then the smell brought it on home. I'm like, I remember I had that. That one was gifted to me too, and it was just like, or either I bought it, one or the other of the original. And I'm like, I can't stand it. I couldn't. It literally made me nauseous. And I'm like, that was the first time I experienced that. And that was earlier on in my journey of still discovering what my tastes are like as far as perfumes and stuff like that. Like when you first starting out, don't feel bad if you buy one and you trying so hard to like it and you trying your best to force it. No, it should flow. It should flow. If you don't like it, you got to declutter it or either find some other way to use it. If you don't mind your whole room smelling like it, use it as an air freshener. That's another tip, especially for those fragrance mists. Then we have black butter here. This one I love because it smells like you finna go on vacation and I need a big bottle of it. If I can just switch these two bottles and have more of the black butter than the southern maple and peach with a spray bottle, I'd be happy. And they sell it in bulk. Black butter is saccharine sweet. Saccharine sweet. So I've had to layer it with other lotions, vanilla, and I think I have also mixed it with other Bath and Body Works lotions, which I can't recall. But definitely smells really, really good, and I don't put a dent in it. And this is a roller ball. I would suggest with roller balls to pop the top, not a convertible car. Pop the top of the roller ball. Pour it on instead of dab it on. I'll put on a little bit. My scent of the day, if you will. And then mix it with vanilla. That's what I would do. Or if you have an empty container, empties container, what would work perfect? An empty Tree Hut scrub container. I would pour it in there. Pour all the rest of your rollerball perfume in there. And then get a really good, moderately mild scented lotion and pour it in there. And do it that way. Which reminds me, I do have a video I'll put on the community tab as well that will go over how to turn any perfume plus perfume oils, even if they're in rollerball or spray formation, how to turn any of those into a body butter, a scented body butter. Most places are keeping up with the times, and when I say most places, I mean most brands. They are coming up with matching lotions and releasing things as a set. Tree Hut's really good about that. So is the brand Beloved, that is Target exclusive still, as far as I know. But I'll put that video up on the community tab too, how to turn any fragrance into a scented matching lotion. Like, if they ain't making it, then you got to be creative. Got to. And then lastly we have here, I like this, but I just dislike the fact that it's too greasy for my taste, but it moisturizes well. You want your legs to look like you've been in the hot, glistening in sun, like you just shining from here all the way to maybe 100 feet away, and they can see your legs and arms glistening. Johnson's Shea and cocoa butter, the butter oil gel, the baby oil gel. This a hit. This a hit. What I do with this, when it gets too greasy, I like the product. This is for if you like the product, but then maybe it's too greasy, maybe it has an attribute that you don't like, that is too much for you. Totally dependent on personal taste. I mix it with a lotion. It's too hot to just be put this on alone unless you apply it in layers. I have a video where I went over that for sweat-proof hacks. I would do it that way. Maybe a dime size or a nickel, N-I-C-K-E-L, nickel size amount of, not amount. I'll use about that much, just under a quarter size amount of this, and then let the largest amount of lotion, and then rub your hands together until it's almost clear, and then put it on that way and apply it in layers. How do you apply things in layers like that? Take a little bit from one hand where you have the guap of it, the big amount, and just a little bit at a time till it absorbs. Then come back a little bit at a time. I love it, but I just don't, It's too greasy sometimes. And times like now where it's record degree heat, I'm hearing places of hot 90 degrees, 100 degrees, several days in a row, or just one day it's this temperature, the next day it's like you have two different seasons between one day and the next day. Then you can't play with stuff like this, putting it on and it's greasy, because you're gonna sweat it right out and risk busting your butt, hurting yourself. Put it on in layers, combine it with a lotion. I think I have gone over for this session exactly what to do with body care products that you dislike and maybe you can't get rid of them. You can't justify throwing away a good bottle of lotion or soap or perfume oil, and you'd like to know what to do with them. I have shared ways that you could use them, ways that I use them. And if you'd like to see more stuff like this on how to repurpose things or maybe other body care tips, there is a very hefty playlist I have that will appear on either side after this stream is done, where you could grab yourself a healthy snack and cherry pick what needs that you are looking to get met, as far as smelling good and knowing what to do with your product so you can get your money's worth. It's the time to do it, not the time to waste. So with that being said, we are trying to reach those watch hours. I said I would periodically bring it up, so this is my brief mention. I'm going to keep bringing it up periodically, maybe not every video, just because I know we are capable of reaching those hours and we don't have far to go. I would greatly appreciate it if you watch several videos all the way through. And I'm going to let you go ahead and educate yourself on what you need. Love you.